Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with the Y, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. So today we're going to be taking just 5 minutes to work on our abdominal engagement. So important to keep those muscles active and working for you. Can really help to take pressure off of the back and other major muscle groups. So you won't need any props today. You're just going to need a mat or a soft surface to lay down on. And I would invite you to work with this video. We're going to be doing some modifications and graduated routines. So feel free to add this into an existing routine that you have, or you can just take the 5 minutes of abdominals that work for you. So I'm going to meet you down on the mat here. Alrighty. So go ahead and lay down. Your legs can be bent, feet about distance apart from one another. I'm going to first show you just the arm movements that we're going to do before we pair it with the legs. So we're going to bring the arms up, fingertips towards the ceiling. And to start, we're going to float those arms overhead, but I want you to see if you can keep your shoulders and sternum connected to the mat as you do. So you might be tempted to reach up like that, but what I really want you to do is to keep this space connected. As you bring those arms up, you're going to circle them out, down to the mat, and back up. So let's do that a couple times here. Again, this isn't counting towards our 5 minutes quite yet, but just finding those connection points. We really don't want that rib cage to pop out as we do this. So again, what we don't want is for you to reach overhead, have that rib cage pop out. We want to keep that bottom of the rib cage planted on the mat, shoulders planted on the mat as you reach and circle and back up. One more time. Find those connection points. All right, so the legs, I'm going to scooch up just a little bit so you can see. The first option that you have is to bring one leg into a shelf, so just a tabletop position here. I'll tilt my screen up just slightly so you can kind of better see. All right, so shelf. Here's my leg and shelf. And so one option is to take that here with the arms. And I would suggest starting with 5 to each side, right? Last one. Now, your other option, if you've chosen that option, you can do 5 on the other side and you can continue to alternate. However, if you need a little bit more of a challenge, let's bring both legs into shelf. All right, arms up, plug in those arms into the shoulder sockets. Find that heaviness through the bottom of the rib cage. And let's start to bring those arms overhead, circling them out. Nice and slow. You don't want to speed through this. You really want to go only as slowly as you can keep all those connection points in place. So we're going to do 5 here. Two more. Last one. Now, whichever option you've chosen here, let's hold those legs in shelf, hold that single leg in shelf, and we're going to do the same thing but adding in a heel tap. So hinging at the hip, hinging at the hip. We're going to alternate sides here. So same arms, hinging at that hip, arms out, and then we start dragging that leg back up. Alternating sides here. Again, we're going to do 5 sets here to each side. Feeling into the range of heel tap that feels supportive for you. Two more sets. Last set. Take a moment to rest those legs back down. And so we're going to do one final piece here if you need a little bit of an extra challenge. I'll show you here before we put our legs into shelf. You're going to bring your hands around to cradle the back of your head. Little chest lift up. So not just bringing that head up, but really allowing that sternum to feel like it's lifting up off the mat. The head is going to stay heavy in your hands. So keeping that little chest lift here, let's once again, you can either bring one leg into shelf or we can bring both legs into shelf. Hold that little lift. We're going to take that alternating heel tap again. Finding your range. And so letting yourself stay with that spine on the mat. As soon as you feel that spine want to change or your back wants to arch, that'll indicate the end of your range. So you don't want to get into your back. You want to use those abdominals to help you with this movement. 3 more sets. Last set. Keep that bottom of the rib cage connected to the mat. Rest that head and chest back down, and then gently set your feet back down on the mat. So while you're here, let's just gently take a little bit of a stretch. After that, I'm going to have you stretch that left leg out long, hugging that right leg in towards you. And if it feels good to bring that knee towards the opposite shoulder. And then we'll switch. All right. So let's go ahead and come all the way up and off. And so I hope you found this supportive. I hope that you feel that abdominal engagement that can kind of carry you on throughout your day. And I'll see you back here next time on the Wise YouTube channel. Take care.